Hello everyone, you are welcome to my YouTube channel, a channel that supports any tutorial related to analytics. And analytics remain one of the most demanded skills of recent across the entire globe, from the strength of collecting data, organizing data, analyzing data, and reporting your findings. So we have different skills that is required as far as data analytics is concerned. You must be able to know how to work with them so practically. And one of those skills is Power BI. In my previous videos, you have seen how I have taking you through tutorials on how to work with Microsoft Excel for analytics. So this is to prepare you again on ability to interact and to work well in using these two. These two are like channels to work with anything related to analytics, from problem formulations to driving insight from data and reporting your findings. So today I'll be guiding you, helping you in this tutorial on ability to automate data cleaning using Power BI with Power Query. So we have Power Query, which I have taught you using Power in Excel, Microsoft Excel, and those things is very much related and also available in Power BI, Power Query, and which is a integrated tools inside Microsoft Excel and Power BI to clean data, to automate cleaning, and all manners of things to adjust your work and also to remove every no values, also to correct every necessary things needed here. So it is good for you to follow up this tutorial page as to guide you and also to navigate you on how to work with data and also to drive out insight with it. So I'll be guiding you on how to automate cleaning, because cleaning is one of the most very powerful pillars in analytics, from problem formulations to collection of data, from organizing or cleaning analysis and reporting. It's very important. One of the pillars is ability to know how to clean your data very well, automate it and present it well for findings before you go ahead to analysis and to report eventually. So what I'll be guiding you through now is to show you the data we are going to be working with. So I've shown you in our previous videos the interface of Power BI that is for business intelligence tools, which is very, very needed and also asked and demanded for by any business data analysis, business analytics, organization where data is being compiled and also visualized for presentation. So these are different ways you can get your data from. So I will show you the data set we are going to be working with. I must know the kind of data you are working with. I will show you from this page here that will guide you to know, because most time there are different ways where different data set is being structured. And it is very, very important for you to know how to check it. CSZ data set, is this CSV data set? You must know this kind of data set and what they represent before you can go ahead to work with them. So it is very, very important. So even from my screen now, you can see that I'm showing this from my local computer. So, and I'll be working with this data set for you. These are sample data set. This sample data set is very, very important for you to work with. So when you click on it, then you have to just to show you the kind of data set I want to work with before you can get them. So click on properties. If you click on properties, it will bring out the the folder out for you to work with. You can see these are different, this data set, this folder you will bring. So by the time you bring it, they will show you the kind of data set you are working with from here. So it will now help you. This is, can you see this as a data set? Can see this. RDB is CSV, you are going to see CLV. So CSV, this common separated variable. This one is XLSX, is a Z data set. It's very, very important for you to know the kind of data set you are working with. Once you have done that, they will be able to know how to import them, and also that will guide you to know where to bring in your data inside the software you are working with. And the reason why I'm showing you that is for you, if you come and get data, you can see from Excel workbook, from CSV test. So you are going to do that, what I showed you first, before you can do anything with the data. Since I've known that it's a Z data set, I just need to get from here a Z data set. Or better still, if I don't want to do that, I can just click straight from here from import data from a Z. So this is my data set sample, then I will import it straight. And I import it straight, I'll wait for it to load in. So it will take me straight to my navigator. And the navigator, you have seen it in Microsoft Excel. It's the same, just that the process is a bit different. But it's the same process and it's the same way that you need to get it from. So it's working on it. Say, please wait. We establish a connection in a sample data. There's a place of connection is bringing it inside the data set. We are going to wait for it to load it in. So, and applying changes from it, and you're going to see the data with some few minutes. So under this list now is having you haven't loaded any data yet. So that is what we are going to be seeing. Click on the folder. So I click on the folder. So you are going to preview it for you here. So you can see it's previewing and also it's bringing out the data set. And then you are going to load that data set. Just click on transform data. Or you click on transform data, then it will launch you straight to Power Query. By the time you click on it, so what you have clicked upon by transforming the data, it will launch you straight to your Power Query. So, and the Power Query will help you to know what to do. This is the Power Query. So it's loading it. So it's loading that data. And you can see the data. This is the Power Query. The Power Query editor, you can see. So this is the data set I'm working with. So I'm going to automate it. And from here, you can see that this is the queries. And I told you that anytime you are saying query, query simply means data in table. But most time they will not say data, they will say queries. Query simply means when we are having data in form of rows and columns. And we know analysts work with tables. We work with tables simply means in tabular form, rows and columns. Very important for us to track any data we are working with. So this is Power Query editor, and we are going to be working with. And another way around, if you close the data set, and you close this data, close and apply. So when we close it, I want to show you another way around to work with it. If you close it, it will launch you back to your Power Query. So if you are having your data set like this, and I've showed you different way that we can work with the different reports and views where we are having in our in Power BI that can guide you. So we have report view, we have our data view or table view, we have model view, we have our DAX. So these are very important views that we need and that we are working with, which will guide us and help us more. So then once you have done this, it will help you. So adding being want to I want to show you another way that to work with them without necessarily working with things that if you want to work with another way around to load data inside Power Query, if you use the first method, this is another method. If you click on your table view or your data view, which I have told you your previous videos on Power BI interface, it will come up, the thing will load it in, and this is the data it will show you. So we wait for the data to come up, it will load that data. So from this data, it will help you. This is the data set that we are working with. Even from here, you can click on your home. So we refresh your data from this side. When you refresh your data from this side, then you click on transform data. You transform the data again. By the time you transform data again, it will now take you back to your Power Query. So you can see that it has launched you back. So you can use the first method, you can use the second method, anyhow or anyone you feel like is the better for you. You can work with it. Now from this side, we are going to be seeing what we are going to be working with. We have different things that we need to work with here. From this side, you can see we are having non values here. These are different non values. So also we are having question mark from here. This is another question mark. All these are the things that we are going to be working with alongside this tutorial for us to remove. So for instance now, that's a place of automation. And you need to clean the data and restructure it in a better way. Or you click on this gender, this is the gender. When you right click on this gender, and anywhere I'm seeing this no value, you can see that these are place no values. I want to attract it to be missing. So if I want to do that, what I will have to do is to click on my transform. So just click on my transform variables. When I click on my transform variables, the next thing I have to do is to come under replace values. This is replace value. Click on replace values. When I click on replace values, wait for the folders to come up. So these are the things we are seeing under this replace values. So under this replace values, then I'm going to replace my null with missing. I'll click on OK. When I click on OK, you can see anywhere you are seeing this now is missing value. Peradventure, you want to go back to it. Maybe you made a mistake and you want to go back to it, and there's something you want to write that is different from that. That is different from the ones you have written so far. So we can use another way that to generate that without stress. It will help you to know. So from here now, if you can click on this side, this box here, this circle. So this circle here, so what you just need to do, by the time you click on it, it will take you back to that formula. So you can remove it and change this to maybe it needs to check. And always rewrite your formulas and click and see that I've changed it back to new to check. So from here, you can click on the filter here to check whether what you have done is correct or not. You can see for me, I need to check. These are three things we are having here. So the next thing we have to work with, once you have done that, is to replace this department. This question mark. I want to replace the question mark with department. Peradventure, you are given work to do that you change the question marks to a particular department. So you just refix it again, your replace values. So you are going to write anywhere I'm seeing question mark, anywhere I'm seeing question mark, this is 3, replace with engineering. Let me use engineering. Replace with engineering, then click on OK. You can see that anywhere you are seeing these question marks have been replaced with engineering. It has been replaced with engineering. Now we convert this salary. So the salary already is in the change type is in decimal values, and we have to come with our start date, which is date. You can see the symbol of calendar needed here. So there are functionality you can do with it. So before we do that, we are going to work with our name. This name we are having first name, last name, and some names we are even having third names with it. I'm going to how to structure that. So some names is having third names. So first thing you need to do, click on the name, and you are going to work by splitting them to first name and last name. The first way you can do, you right click on it, and you right click, come to your split column. I click on split column by delimiter. You are going to work with. Another way now to do is to come here under transform. So this under transform, you can decide to work with that too. So under your transfer, just work with it. This this is under split column. You can just click on it by delimiter. Let me use this by delimiter. When I click on by delimiter, but it's space. There are different functions you can work with, but I'm working with space. So I'm now going to click on leftmost delimiter. Then I'll click on OK. You can see that it has been divided into two. So I have to rename this to first name. Then I will rename this to I'll rename the second one to last name. This is last name. So last name. So under the first name, you can see that we have empty spaces here. Empty spaces here. You can just use your this filter pane here and remove the blank. Remove it from here. Okay. So that by the time we move down straight a bit, if you move down straight a bit, you can see that you can see some names that even this is Bashar Mustafa. So you can see that they have middle names. If you scroll down, we are going to be seeing, can you see this also? Nag, Gadiwanda. So all these things they have in third names. So for us to do that, come back to your first name, your last name. You need to split that one too. You may decide to retain it and you may decide to remove it. But this one, we are not going to use leftmost delimiter. We are going to use rightmost delimiter because we may decide to use it, may decide not to use it, then okay. So you can see this last name here too. So by the time you student, you can see different names that have middle names. So, but we don't need them during the course of this tutorial. I have to remove it, right click, remove it. Then I will try to rename this back to my last name. So we are having empty spaces here too. I'm having empty spaces here that I need to remove. These are empty spaces I have to remove. I click on the filter pane, then I remove the blank space, then okay. So I think it's set. So once we have done that, the next thing we have to do is for me to show you how to work with some functionality in Power Query. So to work with some functionality in Power Query. So the next thing I have to do is to click on, because this salary, I want to split them into salary brackets. This is salary. So any salary under 50,000 should be under 50,000. Any salary 100,000 should be under 100,000. Otherwise, it should be 100,000 above. So it's each salary bracket. So for me to click on it, I'll click on the salary, what I want, the column I want to work with. Then I'll click on add column. This is add column. Can you see under add column? It's a condition anyway. I'm going to click on conditional column because it's a condition. Then the name column will be salary brackets. Salary brackets. So under this salary bracket, I'll click on if, then I'll click on salary. This is my salary. So I will now click on is less than, if it's less than 50,000, should be under 50K. I will click on the second clause because I'm still having the second column I have to work with. Is less than again, which is less than. So if it is less than, if it is less than 100,000, this also should be 50K to 100K. Otherwise, it should be above 100K. So then okay. So you can see that we have this here. So note something. Anytime you are working with Power Query, it will add the new functions to the last column. So, but you can drag this to anywhere you like. Let me drag it to beside salary column. So I have to drag it. Just come here and drag it. Just move it. Can you see that I'm moving it? Can you see the way I'm moving it? Can you see the way I'm moving it? So can you see the way I'm moving it? Can you see? Now I will drag beside the salary. So under this side, can you see? I can just drag it here. I can just drag it here. So this last column I have to drag it beside here. So I'll move salary here. So I'm trying to, you can readjust the column if you like. Can you see where I'm dragging them? So this first name, last name, salary, then I have in salary bracket, the one I just calculate here. So you can see now above 100, you can see what you have done beside it without stress. So again, we now ADB are working for a particular organization. I don't want to know years that some employee have worked with them, or some yes, employee have worked with them for a long time. So now we need to work with it. This is date. This is date. We are having date. So once we have your date, you can track different year of different employee that is working for that organization for a long time. Just click on the start date. So under this start date, then you can click on transform. So under this transform, it will be easier for you to work with it under the transform. So under this transform, then you can click on what we are working with date. Click on add column. Under this add column, you see dates. So you now click on age. This is age. When you click on age, now we are seeing these numbers, and also we are seeing the time with it. You can see the symbol here that is time. So the time intelligence to track years that employee have worked with a particular country, but we could not get the full definition about, by using this. What I have just to do is to convert it to either to years, hour, but I want to convert this to years. Now, for me to convert it, I'll come back to transform. When I click on transform, so under transform, you are going to see duration. that these people have worked with. So under this duration, so we can have, can you see duration here? This duration, click on that duration. Then you see days, hours, minutes, seconds. But I want to convert to years because I'm working with the years that work with us. So can you see now for converted to year? Most time we are seeing different in form of decimal because some have worked with us plus more than uh some years, maybe a year and 2 months. We are having some people that have worked with us for 10 years and 6 months. So that's why I having all these variable. But I want to convert this to just a whole number, to exact number. So you will round it off for me. So for me to do that, because I'm working with H, it will be easy for me to work with. Working with just a figure number, so exact number. So for me to do that, I'll click on rounding. Can you see rounding? So I'll just click on round up. So on this roundup, you can see that I've worked with different, is having compared this to, for those people that work with more than year, 7 years, it will round it up that is they have worked with plus more than 7 years, it will round it up that is 8 years. So let me drag this beside beside the name. So I'm dragging it so that I can see the employee. I can drag beside the employee. You can see where I'm dragging it. So yes, let me drag it here. So I can see this here. Now, I don't want people to think maybe I'm just working with just number. I'm working practically with years. So I need to add years to it so that people can know that I'm working with years. So from there, next thing I have to do is to come here. Then I'll have to click on format. Under format, I'm going to click on add surface. Add prefix is beginning. Add surface is after. So I click on add surface, then I'm going to click on years. So can you see different here? So that shows that this particular employee maneuver this Ricardo, so he's having 8 years. We have Nona Monad 7 years. So we have Make and Preveri, we have 6 years. So we can see different employees and years that they have worked with us. You have converted it. You have dragged it using their date to track out their durations on what they have done or years they have worked with us. So this is how to work with that. So we have something called M-learning code, this ML code. So I'm going to teach you more in the course of this tutorial to teach you more. It is called M-learning code that can guide you more. So I may decide to use an conditional format for it, this FTE, or I may decide to use this M learning code with it. So if I click on this M learning, so that shows that any number that is one, it means that it's a full time. Anyone that is less to it is pattern. Now for me to write it, this under my hard column, I may decide to use conditional because it's a condition, and I decide to use custom column so that I can write my M learning code. So if I click on it, I'm just going to show you more. So then you can right click on this, just say this is our employee type. This is the name I give. So we can now write it that if FTE is equal to 1, then it should be what? Full time. It should be full time. S, it should be what? Part time. So once you finish typing, we say no syntax error found being dictated. In other words, you are free to go, then click on OK. So you can see that when you come back here, we have assigned it. So peradventure, if you want to go back to it, I right click on this feed. Don't forget that this feed, you can always circle it and see what you have done. This feed I'm seeing here. So you can do it from here and to see what you have done so far. So if you right click and if you right click and check it, the formula you have done. So you are going to, it will take you back to conditional statement because it's going to see as a condition. You can use condition for it. Like I told you earlier, they can use or may decide to use an M-learning code. I'm still going to teach you how to write M-learning code and advanced function of using that in the course of this program. So, and this is how to work with it. So after you have done all this, the next thing you need to do, by the time you check this first name and this last name, you are going to be seeing some things that they are not well arranged for these names. Can you see some of them are not well arranged? They are not really on the proper line. So what you just need to do, right click on it, So when you right click on it, you can just click on this. See, under this transform. Under this transform, you can see trim. You can access it from here, or better still, you can come under transform as well too. So by the time you click on format, you can click on trim. So I'm trimming it so that it will be on the same range format, then I trim it. Or you can use the former, this method, which is transform, then you click on trim here. So this trim test, we have in it here, and maybe you made a mistake, you can just cancel this. It will take you back to your initial way. Then you can right click again to let me use this transform here. So we may use another way if you like. So it has worked. Then you need to press on Control A to highlight all of them. So I have highlighted all of them. I will now come under transform. I'll click on dictate data type. Can you see this dictate data type? This is dictate data type. I'll click on it. So you can see that all of them have been fixed to the data type they belongs to. All of them have been fixed. So we can rearrange this. This is not type, just ordinary type. So employee type. So we can fix all of them to the data type they belongs to. So as you can see from here, so all of them has to work in line and check it. So you can check something called column quality for your data to check whether you have done is correct or not. So this grid side, you can check it. So you can check the column quality for your data, whether what you have done is correct or not. So for you to check it, come to view. Come to view. When you click on view, you see column quality. This column quality, it must be error. The error must be zero. So for the other way, just make sure that the error must be zero. Can you see under this salary, the error is not zero. So can you see? That's why you must share the column quality for your data. Can you see? Under this and under this, the error is not zero. So error is not zero. So you just have to, because you must make sure that the error is zero. Can you see empty spaces? Most time we have empty space. Maybe there's no any record for it, but the error, you must make sure that it is zero. It is called column quality to check the quality and the consistency of your data. Click on the salary bracket. By the time you click on the salary bracket, they will be able to know whether what you have done is correct or not. Yes. It is very, very, very important for you to work with them. So under this column quality, then you can now click on this, come back to home. Under home. So just click on home. So remove, click on home. Once you click on home, now come back to this side. Can you see remove errors? Now see remove errors. When you say remove errors, the error has turned to zero. Can you see? Everything has turned to a zero. So you can see that even the empty also has gone because you can now readjust your word. It is called column quality. It is very good to check what you have done so far. This column quality will just show a distribution of what you are having and how to work with them. But the column quality is very important. Once you check it and you know that you are free to go, you have 100% valid. So then you can go ahead to load and close your data. Just click on load and close. See, this is, or can you see under the close and apply? This is close and apply. In Excel, you are going to see close and load, but in Power BI, you're going to see close and apply. When you click on apply it, so you are going to see what you have done so far. That is, you are free to go with it. So under this, and it's very, very important. So you are going to see what you have done, the data set you have worked with. So can you see that it has loading, so you can have it now. So it's now asking you that you can build visual with your data. So any your data, you can build visual with it because you have seen the data you have loaded in, that you can now start working with it. Under this model view, by the time you close it, you are going to see all the things you have worked with. Can you see all the columns you have worked with before you start to work, build visuals and do some analysis with it? I hope you have gained one or two things in this tutorial. You can support my channel by subscribing, commenting. Let me know your comment. Let me see your mind in the comment section. Any question, I will attend to them in the very free of charge to attend to you. Let me see your comment section. Share this page with people so that they will be able to understand Everything will be loaded as related to analytics. Thank you.